I'm going to go over this little small HOVSCO 20-inch folding fat tire e-bike. Check this thing out. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to kind of do a walkthrough from the back to the front and do like a breakdown of all the components. Then I'll give you the specs, and then we'll take this thing to the store. We're going to pick up some things in this supplied basket here, and I'll give you a real world ride test and kind of like my opinion of it on the road. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the walkthrough now. Okay, let me go ahead and start back here with this hub driven motor. Now, just to know, this is not a cadence sensor. This is a torque sensor hub motor, and this is a 48 volt 750 watt peak 1300 watts of power out of this little small motor right here, which is very impressive. It has up to 90 newton meters of torque. Yes, I can pop this wheel up while I'm taking off. This has a lot of torque out of this little small motor, and this is a class 2 e-bike. Actually, let me just give you the specs real quick since I'm on this hub motor. So the top speed on this thing's 20 out of the box. You can unlock it up here and you can get up to 28, which makes it a class 3, but it's a class 2 e-bike right out of the box right here. The battery on this thing is a 48 volt 15 amp hour, which gives you between 40 and 60 mile range, which is very impressive. And what helps it with that range is the fact that it's a torque sensor instead of a cadence sensor. So torque means it's only going to give you the power that you need when you need it. So it's going to pedal a lot like a normal bike. 67 pounds, so it's not a heavy bike, but the load capacity is up to over 400 pounds, maybe around 450 pounds after that. And it does have an app with it. You can go into the app. The app is a pretty basic app, but I recommend going ahead and downloading the app. I think it's definitely handy, but it's not required to ride this bike right here. This does have a removable battery. It takes about 3 hours to get a full charge out of this battery. You just put the key in right there. You can take the battery on and off, take it in the house. You can charge this on the bike or off of the bike. This does have adjustable stem right here for height. You can adjust this stem right here with this lever, and then you can fold it up with this lever right here, and then you fold it up right here. It does get down into a very small package once it's folded up. That makes it very handy for putting in the back of a car, back of a van, or in a truck or something, folding it up. And then I use one of those Gorilla ties and just tie it off, and that helps with it coming apart and all that. So going on to the brakes here, it has dual front and back hydraulic disc brakes from the company Radius, and they're 180 millimeter rotors on these things. These are very nice brakes, very good quality brakes on this thing. This is actually, for what it is, it's a very affordable, high quality little e-bike here. It has a brake light, which also doubles as a tail light. So a tail light that when you mash the brake, it flashes, so you get a brake light tail light. You will have to install this rack. It did not come with this bag. This is my Kimi Moto bag. I recommend getting one of these bags right here. They're very handy, but this rack can hold up to around about 50 pounds, I think. You don't want to use it as a passenger, but I think you could easily put like a small child or something back here if you put one of those car seats on there. Adjustable seat, easy up and down seat. Seat was wide and comfortable. I thought it was a pretty good seat. I don't see any issues with that. Has the HOVSCO logo on the side. It did not come with a water bottle holder. I put that on there, and that's my Camelback water bottle. Moving over here, it's got a 7-speed Shimano shifter right here. It's pretty good shifter. I thought it shifts really well. It has a derailleur guard. It uses the finger shifters right here. You use the index finger right there, and then the thumb to go down, and then that takes it back up. So tires on this thing are the Chow Yangs. They're the 20 by 4 inch tires, which is a kind of a standard fat tire for about all the e-bikes. So you're going to go up to about 20. I usually run these about 18 PSI. That's what I'd recommend doing. Don't go over 20 because you will pop these things, by the way. Moving on up, once again, it's very low right here. So just so you know, it's very easy to step through. So if you got any problems throwing your leg over, I think this is an easy on and off bike. And I think it goes from 4'11" all the way up to 6'3" on this bike, which is a pretty good height range if you think about it for a little small e-bike. Now moving on up here to the front, it does have a lockable spring-loaded fork right here. You can see, you just lock it out right there. This does work. It's a Zoom fork, 20" by 4 fat tires on the front right there. Mine did come with a basket here. You can hold up to 10 kilograms up here on this front basket. You will have to install it right there. Okay, moving on up here to the cockpit, or the handlebars, whatever you want to call them. Nice hand grips, everybody. They have these gnarl hand grips that is like this hardened rubber. They have the ergo hand grips, so the palm of your hand rests on them. Hydraulic brakes up here. You can adjust them slightly with that bolt right there, but they are very easy to pull. One finger pull on these brakes. It came with a bell, just your little standard bell. Headlights mounted high. A lot of them have the headlight down here, but I like the fact that it's up high. I leave it kind of loose because sometimes I like to adjust it up and down. Throttle's on the left side. So a lot of times you'll see these e-bikes and they got the throttle on the right side, but this one has the throttle on the left side. I'm fine either way, left or right on there. Now going on to the display. So let's go ahead and let's turn the display on. To turn it on, you're going to hit that button right there. You see the on. There's the headlight. Hit that button. I think you got to hold the headlight down. Headlight is on. You guys see that headlight, which also gives you a tail light. Now to go up and down, these are pretty basic features on this. To go, you see it's at 0. By the way, it's not flashing. That's just the shutter speed in the camera. If I want to change from tripometer, so there's the odometer, hit it again, there's the tripometer. Right here is the pedal assist. So you got 1, 2, it's just kind of a slow 3, 4, 5. I've got it on 5. Now let's do a no load test on 5. 29, it went to 29, then levels off at 27. So the no load, 27. Let me open the app and show you the app real quick. So if you're going to adjust it, it's called the HOVSCO app, by the way. You got average speed, you got charge. So if I need to see it, you can see I've got 100% charge, and then you can go back to the settings. You got total mileage this time and riding time. I just pretty much go average speed, and it gives you, let's see, you can see how it works with it. So average speed right there, 27, kind of gives me all of that. See, I can hit the go. So there's not much to the app. So if you go over here to this account, you can see right here, class 3. So this is where you're going to unlock it. You can do any type of adjustments or anything right there. You can do some mileage and change some things around in there. Okay, there it is, everybody. That's my complete little walkthrough right here of all the components on this thing and the specs. So let's go pick up some things, and then I'll give you a actual review, real world ride test review while I'm riding it back, and then we'll my final thoughts on this thing. So yeah, let's get into the grocery getting now. The way that cage is oriented, you don't really feel the weight that's up there. Let's give this thing a go as a normal bike. So right now, everybody, I'm in 0 assist, easy shifting. All right, we are in gear 4. Gear 4, not assist 4. We're in assist 0. I don't see any problems holding 13 miles an hour, 13 to 15 miles an hour without any assist on at all. Pedal assist 1. Now, if I just barely pedal, y'all check this out. If I'm just barely going, you're only going to get a little bit of power. So I'm doing this speed test, but I can just tell you, with a torque sensor, you don't have to worry so much with the throttle. I mean the pedal assist, because look, barely going. Now if I go harder, you see the motor kick on? 12 miles an hour in 1. Let me turn around. Pedal assist 2. Might as well just go to 7 and check it out. 16. The motor's kicking off at 16. Pedal assist 3. Once again, I see the motor spiking, and I'm going harder on the pedals. Okay, now it went higher, 17, 18 miles an hour. In pedal assist 3, it drops down the power. See, it just kicked it back in. 4. We're in 7. 4 is where I think 90% of the people are going to run this thing in pedal assist 4. It got to 20, 21 pretty easy. Now let's just go pedal assist 5 and go pedal only. Turn around. Brakes are awesome on this thing. I'll test the brakes here in a minute. Pedal assist 5, we got full motor power, bouncing up. Got past 20 very fast. 23, 25. I'm ghost pedaling at 25. The motor spikes up at 25, then drops off. And it's got a small sprocket in the front, and that's why you're going to start ghost pedaling at 25. If you put a bigger sprocket on here, you could get more power out of this thing. It's balanced fairly well too. There it is. And that's with weight up there. Let's go ahead and give these brakes a test. I'll stop down here at this little piece of grass. Oh, you can lock this thing up quickly with these hydraulic brakes on here. Take off with the throttle. Suspension feels pretty good in the front. No rear suspension. You know, a suspension seat post would help this bike a lot too. Honestly, I might go ahead and get me a suspension seat post just to add a little more suspension to the back, but it's not bad by the way it feels. The ergonomics of the bike feel really good. It's a step-through frame. It feels good just pedaling it like this. I don't think there's a cruise. There's no cruise on this one. Man, that feels good. Bell seems to work. Yeah, everybody, I think this is a great option for anyone that just needs a good solid step-through bike that's built extremely well. Everything seems to work on this thing. The quality was very nice right out of the box. Has a long range on it. I seem to easily get about 40 miles out of this thing. Because of the torque sensor that's on it, you're using a lot. You're not like using the motor so much. See, like I'm using more of me, even though I'm in 5. If I was on a cadence sensor, just me pedaling like this, I'd be doing 20 miles an hour. But look at this. I'm going right here slowly. 5 miles an hour. Now watch when I give a little pressure on there. Just a little bit of pressure got me up. I really like this. They've got this sensor down extremely well. We'll leave links to this bike down below if you're interested in a HOVSCO bike. And you guys leave in the comments if you've used one of these HOVSCO bikes, what you think about them. Because so far I've been very impressed with this bike. I think it's a great option for anyone that's just looking for a good foldable, kind of small fat tire e-bike. There it is. See y'all in the next video.